morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing, Sandra? Good morning. Happy Friday. Today is Friday. We are closing out the week. How are you doing this morning? How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Tiffany. How are you doing this morning? Good morning, Candace. How are you doing this amazing morning? Everybody, I want y'all to tell me how your day's going. I'm looking out the window and we got some sunshine. It looks very fallish out there. It's beautiful. I think the sun is going to shine a lot today because usually about this time it's cloudy. We don't have clouds right now. We do. I could see the sun in the sky. The sky is blue. Looks like it's going to be a nice, good day. So, and with that being said, that's a good, we had fog and rain all week long. So this is a good break. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Candace. Good morning. Hey, Miss Quell. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That book was awesome. Yes, Tiffany, that book is awesome. That is an awesome read. It's an awesome listen. It's a good book because it helps you to understand where you are in perspective to what you want to do, right? In perspective to your goals. So yes, it was a very good book. I loved it. I love it. Not loved. I love it. Um, and I think everybody needs to listen to that book. The book is called The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. And you can listen to the book for free on YouTube. So there's no excuse why you did not read the book or why didn't you listen to the book? Okay, because there's no reason. It's all free. For free. Good morning, Jasmine. Good morning. Good morning. Started listening to the War of Art this morning. It's been insightful. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Lois. Good morning, Sydney. Good morning, cousin. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Bridget. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes. So happy Friday to everybody. Happy Friday. And let me just stick the book in here. I'm gonna put the link in here just in case you didn't get it yesterday. Just in case you say I wasn't here and I don't know. Well, there you go. I'm gonna put it right there in the chat for you. All right, so I put the book in the chat, you guys. So whenever you get a chance, good morning, Velvet Petals, and welcome. Whenever you get a chance, maybe over the weekend, maybe on your ride to work, or maybe on your lunchtime, please start listening to that book. I think that book is going to be very insightful for when you start getting in your own way, right? But when you start getting in your own way, and usually that happens all the time, right? We're always the person that's standing in our way. So either it's our habits, either it's information that we're missing, either it's our self-sabotage, but there's always, we are always getting in our own way. So that helps you to like just perk up and see what are the habits that you are doing so that you can get out of your own way. The excuses that you're making that seems validated to you. You know what I'm saying? Like seems justified for you to make that excuse. Of course I would have writer's block because all of this stuff is going on. Not saying I'm not creating healthy habits that will require, that I can continue to write habitually. You're just like, oh no, because so much of life is going on, I can't even think. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us use that all the time. I don't have ideas. I don't have ideas. But you're not looking for a way to be inspired either. So are we getting in our own way? Of course we are. Of course we are. Good morning, Princess Rogers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, 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 and happy birthday to Nikki. One time for the birthday. Hey, one time for the birthday. Hey, one time for the birthday. Hey, one time for the birthday. It's Nikki's birthday, y'all. Everybody say happy birthday to Nikki. And she's got the day off, so she's not around the heathens this morning. Good morning, Betty Rose. Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Yazzie Faye said, everybody in here, hit the like button. Yes, please, and thank you. As soon as you walk in the room, please hit the thumbs up. And also take the link out and share it with your friends, especially if you have entrepreneur friends or you have friends that are product makers. They're making things, T-shirts. They could be making anything, products, bath and body products. candles, whatever they're making. If you feel like they could use some entrepreneurial encouragement, then bring them on over. Oh, that's good. Entrepreneurial encouragement. I'm writing it down. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I had a moment. And just make sure that they come on over and join us and join the community. Right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, April. Good morning. Good morning. Nikkie is one of my long friends. Well, from the beginning of YouTube, and beginning of YouTube is what? Maybe 12 to 15 years ago. That's how long I've known Nikki in these streets. So Nikki has been with me through a couple of bouts of creativity, I want to say, starting from stemming from makeup and now into bath and body and now into building community. So she's been with me from the very beginning. Yes, yes, and yes. And if you love Harry Potter, she's got her Harry Potter collection out right now. Martiniki, drop your link in the chat. She has Harry Potter sweatshirts. She's dope. She does creative t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, glasses, that type of stuff. You can also get your custom BBU glass from Martiniki. And she says she still has more. I don't drink iced coffee, but I put everything else in my glass. I put everything else in my glass. Green drink, juices, smoothies, cocktails, all kinds of stuff goes in there. All kinds of stuff goes in there. I love it. Yes, if you love Harry Potter, you may want to go get you one of these cute sweatshirts she got over there. You know, I'm not a Harry Potter person. I not a Game of Thrones person, not a Disney person. Like, what something's wrong with me? I'm not even into all of the things that everybody's into. So I've never even seen. Remember, I said I was gonna watch Hocus Pocus. I still never watched it. I've never watched Hocus Pocus ever, ever. And she's even got Hocus Pocus stuff. I did not watch it. It just wasn't in my spirit. So how's everybody doing this amazing morning? How are you doing? And I'm so happy that you guys have listen to the book. That's really good. It's very encouraging because I stopped doing a book club because I felt like everybody wasn't reading the book. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we would have the meeting and nobody read the book. So I'm glad. So now I just be like, it's a suggestion. You can read it if you want. It's totally up to you. See, Latrice ain't watch Hocus Pocus either. Yeah, I think some movies I'm just not for because I feel like it spells and, you know, whatever, you know. I'm not even going to say whatever. I just feel like that. And so I don't want that energy in my house. Not at all. I watched Hocus Pocus last year for the first time when I made the cookie. Every time I post the link, YouTube won't let y'all see it. All right, y'all. Did you guys see the link for the book? Yes? Okay, I hope you guys can see me now. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Okay, I can see your comments, not you. Okay. Can you see me now? Okay. Okay. So we back. We back. See, I'm telling y'all, telling y'all, things don't want me to tell y'all the truth. Things don't want me to tell y'all the truth. I don't want that stuff in my house. Mm-mm. No way, not today. All right, everybody. So are we ready? Are we ready to take on this weekend? Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Kay. Good morning, Teresa. I see you. Yes. Good morning, Bernita. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. All right. So, are we ready to take on this day? Are we ready to take on this weekend? A lot of us have a lot of planning. A lot of us have a lot of things that we got to do. A lot of things we got to put in order for success to happen. So, I want to know, how did you feel about? Did you take? Okay. Let's start again. Rewind. Were you in class last night? Did you catch the pricing class with Patricia? Put some ones in the chat. Put some ones in the chat. My alter ego, Morticia, is ready to go. Okay. Okay. Did you guys catch the class yesterday with Patricia? The class is not available for replay on YouTube or Facebook anymore. It is only available in the Honor Society. Patricia, oh my gosh, you're going to live a very, 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 very long life. I just said your name. Just said your name. I was tired last night, so the spice came out. We like you spicy. I like you spicy. Period. In the photo shoot this morning, but wanted to stop in and say hi. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know, I already told you I appreciate you so much. But I always love it when Patricia comes and just shares her information, because you can always learn, you can always grow, and I, she just shares freely. So I wanted you guys to. I want to know how you guys thought about what you guys thought about the class yesterday. What did you think about the class yesterday? It was awesome. I took great notes. Good, good, good. It was okay, Patricia. It was okay, Patricia. Love the spice. I love you, spicy. I think you should stay spicy. I think you should stay spicy. Caught it this morning at 3 a.m. Yes, I love her. Yes, I found over 100 jars that I've stopped using. So I'm going to clean wick. And this is the reason for sale on these jars. They'll be great stocking stuffers. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Great class, very informative. She got straight to the point. She was not no fluff, no BS. And she's like, get it together. If y'all not doing it now, when are you gonna get it together? Like get into it and start doing what you need to do. You know you need to do it. Prices unchanged already. And if your prices are still the same from January and they're still the same price now, and your raw materials went up and your shipping went up, and you didn't change your price to reflect that, then you are losing money, and you need to snap out of it and wake up and take action and execute now. She said execute now. Tiffany says that was the class, great class, very informative. Yolanda says she got straight to the point. Latrice said very awesome class, Patricia. Yazzie Faith says I'm meeting Fantasia this weekend and she is getting my candle, claiming it. I'll be going to this women's expo to network and promote my business and give her this candle. Okay. I met Kiki Palmer last time. All right, girl, let's go. Let's go. Yes, claim it. Let's get it. Yes, yep. Look at the articles. Everything is based on data. Yes. She was on point and spicy. Yes, she was. And you know, she is all about the numbers. She'll tell you in a second. You know, if the numbers don't look right, we not doing that. Right? So you guys make sure that you are looking at your price points. Look at what your raw materials, what went up. Make sure if you're using some kind of software that you change those prices, because your prices may still be reflecting the lower priced goods. So make sure you go into your software and make sure that things you've made adjustments on those things. right? Your shipping has gone up. Make sure that you are adjusting that into your pricing. Now, there's a software that I use for my pricing. You can also use Inventora, but I haven't used Inventora for my pricing. I use Price-O-Matic, and you can add all of those things into your pricing, and it gives you the options of doing it as a markup. It gives you the markup, the option of doing it as multiples, and it also says, what you want to make, how long it's going to take for you to make it. If you wanted to do wholesale, if you wanted to break them down into cases, it gives you the prices. Like, everything is in there. Your inventory is in there. Your recipes is in there. You could save it. And then it'll also give you the pricing as to how you want to do it. And if you have sales associates, what percentage are they getting out of it and stuff like that. So that's what I use. Creating Excel spreadsheets is not my blessing. So being that somebody created something like that, it works for me because I'm not great at Excel spreadsheets. So that's what I use in order to create my pricing. And I realized when I went back to change everything, I was like, oh my gosh, this went up tremendously. We already know how I feel about citric acid, but other things just going up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So that changes your price, and you need to make sure that your prices reflect that. Okay, so everybody needs to do a deep dive this weekend and make sure whatever you're using to keep your inventory, whatever you're using for your pricing, that you go back and make sure that anything that had a price increase, that you put that in your system. Yes, everybody got it? Yes, yes, and yes. It was the cursing for me. Danny said I missed it. The replay is available, but it's only available in the Honor Society. The replay is available only in the Honor Society. So let me see what I got. The class was good. She confirmed a lot for me. Yes, definitely doing things differently in November. That's right, Kay. That is right. Trying to see. Jasmine, I need to call you after this. She was awesome. She was caliente. Yes, she was. She was awesome. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Dang it. Oh, yeah. There are easier ways to do it. We still use Excel because I'm old school. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, there's a whole thing. There's a whole system for me to go ahead and put my stuff in. That's what I did. I like plug and play. Plug and play. That's what I love. Thanks, y'all. Let's pray I lose this damn. Yes, you need your vitamin C, girl. Your vitamin C. Right. I love someone who gives it raw and uncut. That's right. This is so random, but I went to Starbucks this morning and got my birthday drink. And I usually go through the drive-thru and went inside. Instead, everyone asked for my small business name because of the Harry Potter sweatshirt. Girl, you should have been ready. You should have had your Popple digital business card. Popple, 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 everybody. Let's say, let's see. Yes, cough drops. Yes, cough drops. Kay, that's me and I love it. I'm still a work in progress. If you're not part of the Honor Society today, join today. We welcome you. We do. We do. We do. We do. Latrice said, look at God. Yes. What's your Popple code? The Popple code we're ordering. The Popple code is BBU Tribe. BBU Tribe is our code. And you have access to all of them. So you can get the extra large, the lanyards, the keychain, the bracelets. What else? We have the bracelet, we have the lanyard, and we have the XL. That's what we have. And on my old phone, I had the pop on the back of my phone. And it still works. It still works. And I had this when they first came out. Remember when when Jason came on, Jason said, oh yeah, we need to upgrade you. I'm like, this was the very first one. And before I even had the community, before I even did a show, before I even, before all of this, I had the Popple. Sean had purchased one of these for me. So when I had brought them in, it's because I've already been doing it. I've been doing it. No. So yeah. Let's see. It was awesome. I love to bluntness. I use Excel. Awesome. Yeah, we getting ready for the holidays. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes. Oh, that's going to be good too. Because when they come in, they could just boom, and you can send them to where you want to send them. It doesn't necessarily have to just go to your website. So if you wanted them to see like some kind of promo video or some kind of a welcome video, you can also lead them to that. So that's also a great thing as well. You know, it's kind of like a QR code, business card kind. I mean, the thing they go right to the the what do you call it, the platform, and they just tap their phone and all the information goes up on there. You want them to sign up for your email list? Guess what? They can sign up for the email list. And Patricia said, make sure you get your emails. Make sure you get your emails. Good morning, Janae. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So everybody, I want to one in the chat if you loved the class yesterday. You love the class. I know you like the spiciness. I want to know if you got some value. Put some one in the chat. Let Patricia know you appreciate what she did for y'all. Because you guys should have been awakened by by the information that she gave you yesterday. So one's in the chat, one's in the chat. Let her know that you appreciate her while she is in the room. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, Alejandro went to school this morning as a lawyer for Halloween. And Valentina, she said, was Minnie Mouse. Just a little fun fact. Just a little fun fact. One's in the chat if you loved the class yesterday. Yes, the 40% did it for me. Okay. Okay. Yep. One's in the trap. One's in the trap. Yes. 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 Okay. So what I want you to do while we're here, I want you to know, what was your takeaway from yesterday's class? Yes, he did. What was your takeaway from yesterday's class? Again, the replay is only in the Honor Society. I have to make sure that I took it down. Did you guys get Nikki's link? I put it in the chat. It's a myth. It's a myth. You guys, what was your takeaway from yesterday? I took notes and that book is awesome. Still listening to it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Patricia, we are reading or listening to The War of Arts. If you have not yet read that book. If you haven't read the book yet, we are reading The War of Art. If you want to, you can listen to it in the car. Actually, I have the link. Let me give you the link. This is so good. But this is you could still benefit from this, but Patricia is one of the people that I know execute so quickly. Like you say something and it's already done, or she say something, it's already done. But when you turn around, it's done. Like, she does not sit there and let things fester. Once she gets the information and she's out. Once the idea is planted, she's already got it in motion. So I have to say, I always tell you guys that I am so that's something that I love, 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 love about Patricia, is that she executes quickly and she does not play around with it. That does not play around, period. Oh wait, I'm trying to give you this link. I don't know if you'll get it if I do it in a private, but let's just put it here. No. This is the book. All right, so I put the book in the chat. I took notes. Okay, the profit margin and the event selling. It's a myth. Candace says, charge my worth. Do not compromise my worth with wrong pricing. Yes. Lloyd says, event selling. Send me the link. I can listen more these days. Yes, yes, yes. Yazzie Face says she know what white label is and how I need to contract before I decide to do this collab. No white labels. Latrice says no white labels. I don't feel the pressure to get my stuff in any store. Also, that markets are a great tool for building a contact list. Yes, I need her energy from Yolanda. And that I need to hustle up, get these. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because who knows if you're ever going to see these people at events again? Who knows if they're ever going to come to another event in that area? Maybe they didn't live there. Maybe they, are traveling. Maybe they moved, so you want to be able to make sure that you can talk to them anytime, you can communicate with them anytime you need to. Yes, this book is really good. I listened to it before a couple of years ago, but and somebody else read it. I don't remember who read it when I heard it, but I was listening to it again and I was like, this is exactly what I needed on time. Because when I was asking everybody, I'm like, did you do your SWOT analysis? Did you do this? Did you do that? Everybody's like, no, 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 no. This book is perfect for you. This book is perfect for you because you are in your own way. I don't have to sell on Amazon and Etsy. Trust the process while building my brand. Got it? Are you hustling or building a brand? Come through. Come through. Any other messaging y'all got from last night's class? Y'all need to put whatever you got from last night's class on a post-it and put it everywhere where you can see it. Everywhere where you can see it. Because this is going to be helpful for you. And again, you need to revisit your pricing. You need to revisit your plan and you need to make adjustments. You need to make adjustments. Let's see. Definitely was one of my favorite takeaways. Yep. Yes, Michelle. Any other takeaways? Any other takeaways? And this is going to lead us to what I wanted to speak about today, because I wanted to know what you guys what you guys got from it. Again, remember, take advantage of all of the opportunities to be in the room with knowledgeable people where you have the opportunity to ask them questions that could help you grow your business. Get into the habit of, when you're in those rooms, asking the questions that you need so that you can get you can make the adjustments that you need to do in your business. So wherever you need to pivot, you can do it and you can do it quickly, right? Don't go down on my price. Kick the hagglers in the back. She didn't say that part, but that's okay. If that's how you interpret it, let it be that way so it stay fresh in your mind. So let it stay fresh in your mind. Yes, ladies, indeed it was. Okay, yeah, that's right. It'll stay fresh in your mind. So what I want to say from here is, besides going and checking in on if you guys were doing things, I wanted to say, we were speaking about pricing, we were speaking about wholesale, we were speaking about giving your stuff away for low prices where you're not even going to make money, right? So and I want everybody in here to be completely honest. Did anybody in here plan for success? Did you plan for success? Put ones in the chat if you did, put twos if you did not. Did you have a plan for your success? Or were you just like going with the flow, trying to figure it out as you go along? Were you writing out what you need to do, your structure, your plan, what things need to be done, what habits you needed to be successful? Did you plan out your success? One or two? To keep spreadsheets on everything. Yes. To keep spreadsheets on everything and to not pay tax on your products. Right. Get your tax exempt. Yes. And that's on SLC Supplies to get your tax exempt. SLCsupplies.com, and you can get your tax exempt. Okay. So I see 1 and everybody else has 2s. Right. So a lot of us in this room did not plan for success. Right. But we did not plan for failure either. Right. So what I wanted to say about that is, I want you guys to start thinking about what is required in order for you to be successful, right? Because you may not be planning to be a failure, but your habits are creating those type of patterns, right? For failure. That's you not showing up. That's you not taking control of your pricing. That's you not getting the information you need. That's you not getting your structure properly in place. That's you not making sure that everything is protected. That's you not, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, as we go along, if we don't know people that have businesses, if we don't know, if we're not looking at people who are properly running their businesses and getting results and things like that, then we have nothing to compare it to. We're kind of like, okay, I'm going to start this and I'm going to do this and hopefully I'm going to make some money on it, but we don't actually have a plan to be successful, right? How many people in the chat understand what I'm saying? Like, who were you modeling after? Were you looking at a bigger company and saying, oh yeah, that's what success looks like, and then when you're trying to apply what you think that they're doing, it's not working for you, right? Or you find out later down the line that something didn't work for you because you didn't know that you needed to protect yourself, or you didn't know that you needed to have certain things in play, or you didn't know that one of the things Patricia said last night, you didn't know that you didn't have to offer 50% on wholesale, and you were doing 50% wholesale, and maybe you weren't making money, and maybe you were doing your wholesale on a platform, and maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we don't set ourselves up for. We don't understand, because we see the results, we don't see the process, and so we don't know what we need along the way, right? And so this is why we have the Honor Society. This is why we have this community, so that you can see there is a process of, to success. There's a process. You have to create healthy habits, and ignorance is not going to help you, right? Because you don't know something don't mean you're going to get a break or a pass. You have to understand and you have to learn. So you know better, you do better. Again, we go with my pimp quotes, right? So you know better, you do better. Period, right? Period. So we need to properly plan for success. We need to place systems in our business that are going to help us to become successful. We need to make sure we are automating the things that can be automated. We need to make sure that we are hiring the people that can do the things where we're not wasting a lot of time on. Right? Or we need to make sure that we're getting the education, reading the books, studying success, looking at people and listening to their story, right? So if you find somebody that is very successful and you want to know their story, why don't you go see if they have something out about them? Why don't you go and research them as much as you can so you can see what their patterns were? Because the patterns are basically, they're going to be the same. People who are successful are not lazy. Right? People who are not successful are learning. They're continuously learning. People who are successful have rituals, right? They have a pattern of things that they do in order to stay successful. If they do it, or if they hired somebody else to do it, there's still something in place that is helping the wheels continue to go forward, right? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Put ones in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. What the book called it. What's the book called? It Resistance. Call it Resistance. Oh, yes. But the book called it. Yes, it calls it Resistance. Yes. And it's your enemy. Yes. I was like, wait a minute. What? The book is called. I got you. All right. So I want you guys, that's one thing that I want you to take away today. I want you guys to start looking at successful people and listening to their story, reading about their story, seeing what the habits are, because they're kind of like when you have something in your head, and all of us in this room are creators, and that's creative with soaps, creative with lotions, body products, candles, clothes, styling, all that other stuff. We are creatives, right? And as creatives, there's a lot of things that slips through the cracks because we just want to be a part of the creative process. The business part of it is intimidating, and not that we can't do it, it's just intimidating. And remember, I said, whenever something seems like it's going to be intimidating, we are automatically put up a block in our mind, and we say that we can't do it, or we'll find a way why we can't do it, or we'll distract ourselves with something that we think needs to be done because we don't want to do that thing that needs to be done, right? We don't want to plan. We don't want to look at stuff. We don't want to educate ourselves. We don't want to get the information that we need. We don't want to get the information that we need so that we can start moving forward. And so since we don't get that information, we stay stuck and we don't move ahead. We maybe trickle, have a few things that may happen that just may fall into our laps, but they're not the way we want them to be, right? So I want you guys to start researching and start looking up people and listening to their story and see what the patterns of what you could see habits, right? You could see what they're doing, right? How many people in this room are disciplined? Put ones in the chat. Are you disciplined with your business? Do you have a plan as to what you making, when you making it, how long you're going to be making it? Does everybody in here have a plan? Put ones in the chat if you got a plan. Put twos in the chat if you don't. You can say I'm winging it. You can say I'm winging it in the chat. How many people are doing that? Ones if you are. Okay. We got some twos. All right. And so now is the time. Today is the time to start changing that pattern. Start getting yourself in the habit. Again, I will always go back to atomic habits because that 1% is always going to be better than zero. It's always going to be better than zero. Completely winging it. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Because if you looked at my video that I posted yesterday, it says that we are not taught to do these things, right? So we are winging it regardless. Like, let's see if I can sell this. Let's see if I can make money with this. Let's see, we are winging it. And then while winging it, we're like, okay, well, now we need to figure out a way. How are we going to save money? How are we going to re-up? How are we going to do this? How am I going to get the word out? You're kind of like, we're always winging it, always, right? But there is a process. And if you start creating a habit, and a pattern for yourself, you'll be able to repeat this every single time. Right? You'll be able to repeat success every single time because success is going to look different for me, success looks different from my 10 years ago, right? Because now I know better. There's some things I told you guys, I just got my trademark. I've been in business for 12 years. I just got my trademark, right? Because I thought I didn't need it, right? And so that information, that's something that I did not know. And because I did not know that could have been harmful to me, right? It could have been harmful to me because somebody else could have took my name. Somebody else could have took my business and there would have been nothing I could have done about that. And just because I didn't know, that's not going to hold up in court. That's not something that is going to help me get my business back, right? So I needed to, those are things that's information that I didn't have that I needed. And just because I was ignorant about it doesn't mean that it's going to be acceptable, right? I would have still had to either change my name or work around it or do something. So I want you guys to make sure that you are getting the information and you are using it. You're using it. Everybody's saying winging it, and then I got a 1.5 heading out to finish the shoot. Have an amazing day, Patricia. And again, thank you. And I hope you have an amazing weekend. And I know you got events this weekend, right? So have beautiful events this weekend. She says, everybody have an amazing day and weekend, everyone. Sell out this weekend if you're vending. Okay. All right. So we got Janae says she's planning. So we have to start planning, right? So I want you guys to think about it and I want you to write down plan for success. Plan for success. Put that everywhere. There's gonna be certain things that we can wing, but most of the things are things that are structured and it's the foundation for your business, and those things need to be handled. And you need to make sure that your foundation is strong before you start building. Because if you build a house on sand, what is it going to do? It's not going to be firm. You know what I'm saying? It can crumble. If you build a house of sticks, you know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on what you're building your foundation on. Your foundation has to be strong and firm. Immovable, is that it? Immovable, unshakable. That is what your foundation needs to be. It needs to be protected, and you need to protect your business, right? And you need to think of it that way. Protect your business. Yes, everybody got ones in the chat. So that's just a little warm up. That's just what I wanted to say based on what we did yesterday. So put some ones in the chat if you understand what I'm saying, and you're going to plan for success now. Ones in the chat, ones in the chat, ones in the chat, ones in the chat. This week was all about launching, and we kind of basically went back to the foundation of the business. No, we went to the foundation of the brands, right? That's what we did for this whole week. We had to go back because I realized that I was giving information. Everybody was trying to keep up with the information, but everybody's at different stages. So in order for you to get to this, to even get to pre-launch, you need to know who you are. You need to know what that pitch is, who I am, what I do, and who I serve. Right? So and I think everybody should be clear on who they are, what they do, and who they serve, right? If you don't plan, you plan to fail. That's correct. That is correct. Everybody in the room, I want you to say, I have clarity. I have clarity. If you know who you are, what you do, and who you serve, and you know the language that you need to say to get that across to people, I want you to put clarity in the chat. Clarity in the chat. We went over it yesterday. I think we went over it the day before as well. You can't launch if you don't know that. Right? You have to know that. I want you guys to put clarity in the chat. Clarity in the chat. I have clarity. That's right. That's right. I want you to put clarity in the chat. So before you launch this thing, you need to know who you are. You can't launch something if you don't know who you are. You can't launch something if you don't know who you're selling it to, right? You need to know these things. That's got to be crystal clear in your brain before anything can happen. Before you can have a successful launch. Those are things that you need to know. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Everybody has clarity? Does everybody have clarity? Yes, yes, and yes. I have my notes. So I want to make sure that I have everything here. And I want you guys to make sure that y'all write plan for success. Strong foundation. Make sure your business is in order, and make sure your pricing is in order before you launch anything. Before we launch anything, business has to be in order, right? Our foundation has to be in order. Has to be in order. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Good. So how many people need to go back and change pricing? Put a me in the chat if you need to go back and change pricing. Good morning, Lakeisha Keisha. Put a 1 in the chat if you need to change your pricing. Or if you have to go back and look at it. Dawn says me. Jasmine says me. Yep, put a me or 1. Me or 1. Me or 1. I think I do. Okay, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. And so what I want to know is, when are you going to go and check that? When are you going to make those adjustments? When? I can hear Yazzie Faye saying today, today. When are you guys going to check this? There's a lot of ones. There's a lot of me's. Yes. When are you guys going to check it? Janae got clarity. That's right. Today. Yolanda says today. Michelle says tomorrow. If you're going to do it other than today, I need you guys to schedule it. Put it on your calendar. Why am I singing it? I don't know. Schedule it, put it on your calendar, and make sure that you stick to it. You discipline yourself to get into that habit. Discipline yourself. This weekend, give yourself a specific time and a specific date so that you can stick to it. Don't give yourself a time that you know, oh, maybe I'll do it. No, 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 no. This is what you need to do. And you want to be successful? This is what you need to do. You need to make sure your pricing is right. You want to launch something? You can't launch it unless you know your price. I changed my prices a few weeks ago. Got you. All right. So everybody schedule the time to change your pricing or to look at your pricing. Once I get off the live, I have events this weekend. Got you. Got you. Do what? I'm back. Check your pricing. Everybody is checking their pricing to make sure they update their raw materials or, everything that they need to update. You need to update it and change your pricing if you need to. Right? Raw materials, packaging, shipping stuff, all that stuff needs to be updated. I was looking at my pricing last night and I was in line. I was looking at my pricing last night oh, you was in line with your pricing. Okay, got you. Got you. And remember, allow yourself to have a cushion, right? Allow yourself to have a cushion. Do not try to be, and this is what we were saying yesterday about being affordable, you don't want to be budget friendly. That's not the word. You want to affiliate it with your business, right? You want it to be good quality. You want it to be amazing. You want it to be a lot of things, but affordable and budget friendly is not those. Right. So you don't want that to be the thing, because then, like, again, it'll be a race down to the bottom, and that's not what you want for your products. Right. I need to really figure out the wholesale part of pricing. Everything else as far as pricing, I'm good. Okay. There is a software that I use. I purchased it at one price, but they do have it for the month. You could test it out and try it out and see if you like it. It is on Lucky Break Consulting, and this is it has everything in it. You can put your inventory in it, your pricing in there, your cost of goods, everything is in there. Everything is in there. You can do your wholesale. You can see what your markups look like. You could try it out and see. Again, you can see it by percentage. You can see it by markup. By multiples. You can see it in wholesale. You can see it in different cases. So if you had a case of 6, or you know what I'm saying, or you have a requirement, it's in there. If you need a sales consultant and you gave them 10%, 20%, that's in there. If you had a sale, what does the sale look like? How much would you make if you had a sale and the sale was 30% off, or whatever that sale price is? It'll tell you how much you would profit. So this software, and it's really, really good, again, because Excel spreadsheets is not my blessing. It's definitely not. But this has everything in there for me. And so I enjoy this. I'm going to share it with you guys. And again, you can try it out and see if it's something that you want to do. You don't necessarily have to commit to it, but everything's simplified in there for me. Let me get it. Let me see. Nope. Here it goes. It's $18 a month. Try it a month and see if it works. See if it works for you. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see the link in the chat? Let me know. I've been using this for a very long time. I've been using this for years. Does everybody have it in the can you see the link? Can you see the link in the chat? Yes? Okay. Okay, so you can try that out and see if it's something that you want. You will have access to all of the tools there. Again, you can do your inventory. You can do your price of goods. Your raw materials. You can do your packaging. You can do your process. You can do your timing. You include your timing in there. Your start process. Your finishing process. What's the making process? If you are designing labels, you can put that in there as well. Your overhead, you set up your overhead. I walked you guys through it before. You can do your overhead, so you know that. And I wanted to talk about the Augusta rule. Betty Rose, are you familiar with that tax code, the Augusta rule? Because I posted that yesterday and somebody asked me if it was really true, and I looked it up and it was, but maybe we can do a class or something about it, because a lot of us are making products from home right now. And so maybe that's something that we could use. All right. Yes, I'm telling you, this is going to be a game changer for you, a game changer. And I'm going to just go in real fast and I'm going to tell you, let me see. I'm going to go in real fast. I got stuff in here I'm not even using. I need to go back into here. I just go into Price-O-Matic. And you can download Augusta Rule. It's about leasing your home out to your business. Like if you did a mastermind or if you are doing events or something like that, that you could use your home for, or you could lease it out to your home. And it's a short-term thing and you only can do it up to a certain amount. But they said if you need to use it what's the word? What's the word, Betty Rose? To not justify, but you know what I'm saying. If you need to utilize that, you can. Let me share it real fast so I could show you what this looks like. Gotcha. Yes. So if you want to come back and do that, Betty Rose, that would be awesome, especially because, you know, we don't want to go to jail. We don't want to go to jail. And you told us we going straight to jail. Uh-oh, that's not it. Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Go. I could share files with you guys. Uh-oh. I didn't know that. Something new every day. All right. I will look it up and get back to you, but there is home office deduction of 25%. All right. It didn't go yet. All right, here we go. Well, you take the no. This is you leasing out, that I know, but this is you leasing out your home to your business. My computer's bugging like it always does. It's you leasing out your home to your business. And I think you can do it up to, I think, 15,000. I'm not sure. Something like that. And it's called the Augusta Rule. All right. So hopefully, yes, you can do that. Okay. Need this info. You know better, you do better, and you can tell it to your tax person. Let's pull this up. Oh wait. All right, you guys can see my screen, right? Yes, you can see it. I'm gonna move me. My computer is moving so slow. All right. So this is what it looks like. This is not what I was supposed to be telling you, but since we did pricing yesterday, we're gonna go into this, right? So in here, you can build your product. You could do your cost analysis, your pricing strategy. This is where you could break it down to how you want to price your products, right? And then if you have wholesale or anything like that, all of that information will be right in here. Let me see. The dollar amount varies per state. Here in Florida, we have a cottage law and the cap just got adjusted to, oh, okay. Some states name it different, but it's called cottage law. It's called the cottage law. All right. All right. So in this thing here, right? This is from Lucky Break Consulting. It's called Price-O-Matic, right? You can do everything in here. You see, you can do retail, how much you want to charge for retail. You could do wholesale, your distributor, or you want to do something custom. Maybe you're doing some favors or you're doing something like that. You can do that. Right here, you can put your minimum acceptable profit. You can do times the multiple or the percentage and your sales rep commission. Up here at the top where it says choose pricing strategy, you can do multiples, or you can do a percentage markup, you can do a margin markup, you can do a fixed amount. So all of that is right there for you. So let's say you want to do something 4 times, or Patricia said try to do 5 times, right? She said 4 or 5. If you do 5, you kind of have a cushion. So then you could just put, you want to do multiples of 5, right? Wholesale maybe 3 or 2, right? You could do that there as well. And then you can go down, you'll see your product pricing. All of the information is here. Everything you need is at the top, right? You'll see how much money is being made and spent. Your case pricing, this is usually when you're doing wholesale, right? So you can mark up, you can put whatever the case size is that you want it to be, right? Change those numbers. If you don't have a 1 and a 6 and you just want to do a 12, you could do that. All of that information is here, right? And then you can go to the volume discount. So let's say you want they purchased a certain amount and then they get a discount. That's there. Here's your promotion checker. So if you gave a sale, then you put the type of sale that you got here, and then you'll see what you can make, what's going on, how much, you see it all right here. The discount, your discounted price, how much it costs for you to create it, how much you're going to make, how much after commission, all of that stuff is right here. And then you can check your profits, and it'll have a, color code right there. So you can see what you're making and when, and all of that's right there for you to check your profit. And then you can see when you are spending money, you can see where the money is going, right? All of this is going to be right here for you. Where does your money go? What you making? How much it costs you to make it? Commission is going out. Your distributors, what you making from your wholesale. All of this is here. All of this information is available to you to do your pricing. This is why I like this, because I don't want to build out an Excel sheet. I don't want to. That's just not I'm not good at that. That's not something that I do, right? So this is how I keep track of my pricing, right? And then you can also build your product and everything in here, right? So it does have the inventory. Yes, Miss Quell, it is Price-O-Matic, but it's on Lucky Break Consultant. Lucky Break Consulting. And you can build your product. Name it, let's say, foaming. And then here's everything for you, right? Here's your raw materials and your processing age. You put all of that here. You put your packaging cost there. You put how many you need to use. It'll tell you how much it costs for one, and the amount for everything, and then the total cost to you. You have production labor, so mixing and all that other stuff that's in there, adding lids, wiping off your jars, sanitizing. You have your finishing labor, that's your labeling and your shrink wrapping and all of that other stuff. You have product development. How long did it take you to develop this product, if you want to put this in your course? Also, if you did any graphics, if you took you time to create the labels or printing the labels, all of that is here. And then you have your overhead. You go back to where the expenses are, and you input all of your overhead. So whatever your overhead is going to be, you go back and you put that stuff in there. Your rent, your rent, your mortgage, your shop price, whatever, your electricity, your internet, your whatever. All of those things get averaged into a one lump sum, and then you'll say how long it took you to create the product. But actually, you don't say it. It'll actually, from all of the time that you put in here for your finishing and your mixing and all of that, that is going to be together. And then from all of that, it'll give you, take a percentage out from the expenses, and that then it'll tell you how much it costs. So that is something that you may want to consider. It's called Price-O-Matic. Price-O-Matic. And let me get back to the screen. Yes. And you can save everything. You can save everything. And you don't have to worry about it being lost. You can save it and print it out. So if you need to print it out for people that work for you, or you know what I'm saying, you can do that. They'll know exactly where to get the stuff. They'll know how much you spent and everything. All of that information is there. No, actually, I need to, right? I don't have a BBU code for that. I don't. But I should, because I speak about it all the time. But you guys, that is something, that is a tool that you may want to put into your repertoire, is the Price-O-Matic. Okay. So everybody, does anybody in this room, good morning, Scott, does anybody in this room need the code? Does anybody need the code for that? Put a yes or a no. I mean, not the code. Do you need the website, the link? A yes or a no. Do you need the link? And it's simple, it's easy, it's quick, ready to go. Yes for me. All right, I'm going to put the link in for you. That should be the last thing. Or was the last thing the book? Nope, there it is. Yep. I have both. I have inventory, and I have this one too. I have both. All right, so we have, nope, there's no code. Sorry, y'all. Don't have a code. And whatever your business is, you can go ahead and put, you put it in there. And if you have beads, you can do it by your beads. You can do it by whatever it is. And then you put your price on how much money, like Patricia was saying, how much do you want to pay yourself? That's included in there. How much would you charge somebody to do the finishing stuff? So how much would you normally charge somebody to put labels on your product? How much would you normally charge somebody to make your product? How much would you normally charge for somebody to package your product? Right? So all of that is included within that whole software. How much is Lucky Break? It's $18. I think it's $18 or $18.90. It's $18 a month. $18 a month. I purchased it as a whole lump sum, and so I was grandfathered into the program, because now they have it directly on their website where you can where you get all of the updates. What they first had when they first started was an Excel spreadsheet, and so that whole platform that you're seeing from the website was in an Excel spreadsheet, and so you did everything like that. But the problem with that is that you didn't get the update. So when they updated, you actually had to go to the website to get the updates for the software. So now they have it, they host it on their platform, so that whenever there is an update or they do tweak something, that you're able to, get it in real time, as opposed to waiting to get the new updates. Do you have to have a separate subscription for another business? No. If your overhead is the same, it'll still be the pricing. No, you don't necessarily have to, because it's not just for a business. It's just for you to get your pricing model together, and for whatever things that you offer within your pricing, and to keep track of what you making. It's not going to say It's going to tell you per item. It's not going to tell you for the business. You know what I'm saying? It's going to tell you per item. So if you wanted to do something with your cakes and you wanted to put all of your ingredients and stuff like that for your cake and your processing time, all you have to do is, if you're going to do a cake, you just put it's for Betty's Cakes, and then you input all the ingredients and all your timing and all of that other stuff, and it's going to generate the pricing, and then you can go into, breaking it down into how much you want to charge and stuff like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be per business. Whatever the raw materials is, just input all of your raw materials in, all of your pricing, and then everything will just break it down whenever you put it in. All right, we got it, we got it, we got it. All right. So another thing, after we know who we are and after we establish that, right? We need to know what our goals are. I'm coming back to pre-launching, right? Because we're not yet in the stage of launch because a lot of us didn't have a lot of things in place. And in order for you to even launch, you had to have these things in place first. Good morning, Kara. You had to have these things in place in order for you to have launch. So I want to make sure that that structure is right. You have a failed launch because you're not speaking to the right people. You have a failed launch because you don't know the language. You have a failed launch because you failed to plan on how you're speaking to them or failed to show up. And so in order for that not to happen again, we need to change that pattern, and we need to show up, and we need to be clear, right? $18 a month. $18 a month. So now that we know that, we need to know what our goals are, right? We got that part down. We got the pricing down. We got, all of that down. What are the goals? The goals need to be specific. You need to give yourself ideal numbers. Don't give yourself crazy numbers. If you want to make $10,000 and you're not doing $10,000 work, then you can forget about it. If you want to make $1 million and you don't have $1 million work ethic, you could forget about it. If you don't have $1 million habits, you could forget about it. You're going to have to make sure that you get your mind right in order for you to achieve these goals that you set out. So you got to make sure, if you say that you want to make a certain amount, that you are working your behind off to make that certain amount. And not just working your behind off, but putting in the systems that you need, putting a strategy in place, create a strategy for yourself. Right? And by creating a strategy, it's just meaning that you're planning it out, that you're showing up. So if you know that you need to show up more on social media, that looks like showing up more on social media. Remember, Emmanuel was saying that if something is already working for you, you know that you're already getting sales at this particular area, then how can you do more of that thing? How can you increase your pricing with that thing? Right? So what could you do in order for you to hit your goals? Right? What can you do? What do you need to do? How do you need to show up? Right? We know making the product is not a problem, clearly. Right? That's clearly not a problem. So now the problem comes in with the other side of the business that is not the sexy side, and that is the showing up. So you got to make sure that you show up, and you have to write a plan for yourself on how you are going to show up. You need to know what days, what times. All of these things need to be filled in on your calendar. Your calendar should look full, especially if you are in pre-launch stage. Your calendar should be booked and busy with you doing things that need to be done, as far as your content is concerned, as far as your deadlines are concerned, as far as your when automations are concerned. You need to make sure that you take some time to sit down and analyze when you are going to do these things. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Put some ones in the chat if you understand. Put a question if you have a question. Just put the question right on into the chat. Let me know if you understand. Remember, your work ethics, your work ethics got to match your goal. It has to match your goal. We got some ones in the chat. We got some ones. Okay. All right. So everybody who is launching on November something, or you need to plot and plan now. Plot and plan now. You need to know how many times you're sending out emails. You need to schedule out those emails. You need to reach out to influencers. If you're getting influencers, you need to write down if they responded, if they didn't respond, when do I need to follow up? All of these things need to be on your calendar. You know why they need to be on your calendar? Because they're going to slip through the cracks, because you think you're going to remember them and you're absolutely not going to remember them. Period. Point blank's not going to happen. And you're going to look back and be like, oh, shoot, I forgot to get in contact with blah, 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 blah. They didn't get back to me. Right? Or you're going to go back through your messages and say, maybe they did get back to me and I missed it. Right? You want to fill in your calendar. Everybody put in the chat, fill in my calendar. Fill in my calendar. Because in order to launch, things need to be planned. I got my work cut out for me this weekend, because doing this will help me yes, it will. Definitely. Definitely. How do you find influencers? There's certain platforms that you can use, but you could also find somebody who does stuff that, like candles or Bath and Body or something like that, and see if they do reviews and stuff like that, and see how you reach out to them. Not see how you reach out to them, but you go into their DM, or see how you can, email them or something, and you tell them about yourself, and you say you'd like to send them something. Do you have rates? If so, how much are they, and what does that look like? Or you can say, would you do it in exchange for would you show my stuff on your products if you love it in exchange for a review, or however. But you just reach out to them if it's somebody in your area that you would like to try your products. Fill in my calendar, y'all. Put it in. Fill in my calendar. Fill in my calendar. If you know somebody does a bunch of candle reviews and you want them to review your candle, and they got good engagement, they got people in their chat, in their comment section, talking to them, engaging with them, and you see that they're getting that kind of, they got good energy with them, then maybe you want to try that. Right? If you see somebody who have a huge following, and you may not want to go to the huge followings first, you may want to do the micro influencers first, because they usually are more engaging with their following. They respond, they do, they're doing that kind of thing. So their following, have conversations back and forth with them. If you have somebody who's larger, they may not engage or interact with their following as much. And so since they don't engage with their following as much, they don't have that same kind of magnetic appeal as a micro influencer. You find that the micro influencers, since they're so much closer to their following, that they are able to sell more than somebody who's like a major influencer. Some people may do it. Some people may be like, oh, I'm not going to try it because you may be just doing it because you're getting paid. Sometimes people don't, it's a mentality, it's all in their mind, whatever they choose to think about a big influencer, right? Maybe they're doing it because they're getting paid. We don't know if this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Are you just saying it's good? We don't know if it's good or not, right? So a lot of people don't purchase from them because they don't trust that what they're saying. And they trust the micro influencers, because micro influencers are usually the ones not really charging, or they're doing it based on their honest reviews, or they purchase the product themselves and they're telling their people about the experience. So they built a trust within their following. And so that when they say something about a product, they believe it, and they're more amped to buy it because they believe the honest review, as opposed to somebody who's a larger following who may have gotten paid to do that review. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? Does that make sense? Yes, yes, yes. What is literally, for your inventory only. Yes, Price-O-Matic is for you to figure out your true cost of goods. Yes, yes. Fill in my calendar. Fill in my calendar. It can do pricing, but it's not as structured as Price-O-Matic is. Okay, so let's see. Question: do you have a brand ambassador sign an NDA? You can, according to Patricia, the attorney. Everybody should sign an NDA, and if it's not an NDA, they should sign a contract that says, what you doing for them and what they're going to do for you, what the scheduling looks like, how long it's going to be. It should kind of be basically the contract of what they're going to provide for you and what you're going to provide for them. That's what your contract should basically look like for an ambassador or an influencer. Got it. So it's similar to Crafty Base. Yes, it's similar to Crafty Base. I use that, but it's way too expensive. That sounds more reasonably priced. Okay, so everybody understand that part? We're good. We're good. We're good. Yes, yes, and yes. You need to know your goals and how you're going to achieve them. Does anybody, and besides that, put it in the calendar. Put it in the calendar. You know you have a launch. You know you have a launch. What does my messaging look like? What does my messaging look like? What am I saying? When am I saying it? When am I sending it out? You can automate your emails, schedule it out for the whole entire launch. You can automate your SMS marketing, schedule it out for the whole entire launch. You could even schedule out your follow-ups. You could even schedule, you know what I'm saying? You could even say, okay, it's happening. You can even schedule out your invite. All of that can be scheduled out. Emails off the plate. Schedule it out. Okay, so I want to do we were talking about this yesterday. So I want to send out 2 emails a week. Maybe I'll do 3. Maybe I'll do one on Sunday. Maybe I'll do one on Wednesday. And maybe I'll do another one on Friday. Make sure you know what you want to say, and then figure it out, type it up, do your graphics, and make sure you're getting them excited about it. Because the thing about your pre-launch is you're warming them up. It's the warm up, right? It's the pre-launch, is the pep rally to the product, right? To the main thing, the main event. So you want to warm them up. So in order for you to be warming them up, you got to be getting them ready. And you don't have time to create the products, run the business, do regular life, work your job, and then worry about when you're sending out an email. You don't have that kind of time, right? And if you don't have time to hire somebody to do that, then you need to schedule time for you to automate that yourself. So if you need to take a day for you to, start planning out, okay, this is how I want my content to roll out. And I'm going to do 3 emails a week. So I'm going to plan out what I wanted to say, and then make sure it's not the same repetitive message except for your date. You know what I'm saying? But think of creative ways to say that it's coming. Think of creative ways to say that it's coming. Schedule that out. All right, I want to do follow-ups the following week. Maybe I'm going to do some surveys. Maybe I'm going to do some giveaways. Maybe I'm telling them to go look at my product on my social media. Maybe I'm telling them how to do something. Maybe I'm giving them a DIY. Maybe I'm giving them some tips. Maybe I'm giving them some insight on an ingredient. Maybe I'm going to give them some insight about what we're doing, about the process, what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe I'm going to give them something about a revelation. Maybe I'm going to give them something about affirmations. Maybe I'm going to do something like that. So if you're going to all of these things, you have plenty of content, you have plenty of things to talk about, to be sending the emails, right? And then you can also scheduling out your content as well. So imagine you scheduled out your emails. They're going to come in whenever you say that they should. They're going to hit them inboxes on the time that you scheduled out. Now you got your content, you planned out your content matched your emails, right? So you want to say, all right, well, I sent out my email on Saturday and I wanted to hit at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I also want, or maybe 9:30, so they could read the email and then maybe go to my social media, because I'm gonna link it, right? So then they go to my social media. I scheduled out what I'm putting on for my content. That's there. So if I said I'm doing an ingredient highlight, I'm gonna reinforce that with the ingredient highlight on my social media platform, and then decide what kind of content you're putting out on all platforms, or the platforms that you're choosing to use, because the platforms that are working best for you are the platforms that you want to be consistent on, right? You don't want to be learning right now about a social media platform when you're doing this, right? Because now you're comfortable with certain places. Show up more there, right? Because when you show up more there, you could build that, and then you can bring them people over. Yes, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Show up where you are consistent. Double down on where you are consistent, and you can move people over when you achieve the results that you wanted. Right? Do we have a launch calendar prints out in the Honor Society? We We don't. But Yvonne had one in her digital planner. If you guys have her digital planner. All right, Kay, have a great day. Have a great day. Let me see. Who do you use to schedule your emails? Your email marketing platform automatically has a scheduling thing. You have the option to send it now or to schedule it. So I know Klaviyo does it, and I know MailChimp does it. I'm currently using the free version of MailChimp, but you can't schedule ahead without a paid subscription, which I'm willing to do. Yes, it will behoove you to pay for the subscription so that you can schedule out your emails. Yes. Especially if you're launching, especially for Black Friday, especially for the holidays, it will behoove you to pay for the subscription so that you can schedule out your emails. Yes, yes, yes. What do you think is a good amount of email blasts, once a week, bi-weekly, etc.? That's something you have to test out and see. I know that Marquel Russell, he sends out an email every day. I know sometimes Words Taylor sends out an email every day. When he has something going on, he'll send you an email every day. But it's totally up to you. And especially if you have different content when you are doing your emails. So let's say everything is not a salesy email, right? Maybe you're doing a check-in. Maybe you're giving them information. Maybe you're doing a DIY. Those things are not the same, right? So they may open it because you're talking to their pain point, right? So if I know that you struggle with eczema and that's the thing that keep you up at night, I'm going to tell you something about eczema. That may be something you may be looking forward to my emails because I'm helping you solve a problem, right? And I'm helping you solve this problem without you purchasing my thing first, right? So it's totally up to you. I would do more than once a week. Just so that they can get into the habit of you teaching your people how to, you training your people how to shop with you and how to go through your process. And so you may want to do maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. Yep, yep, yep. And you want to do a follow-up. Do you have any tips to garner engagement with followers? I'm making a list of engaging hooks and I'm just looking for any tips that you may have. Ask them questions. Have them engage with you. Make them put an emoji or something there. Ask them what they like. Ask them, what they would like for you. Give them things like, oh, we are doing our holiday collection. What kind of scents would you like? We're doing our holiday collection. Are you shopping for kids, men, or women, or something like that? You know what I'm saying? But something where they're going to have to engage with you. Sometimes people don't engage with you, but you may have to keep on saying it. A lot of the times they'll just scroll. You'll ask them a question. I'm like, I know I asked you a question, and people don't answer it. So then what you may want to do is go back to your stories, put that in the stories, and then tell them go to your last post to comment. Or you can do a contest and say one of the comments will win a prize, or one of the comments may win whatever. And that may help you with your engagement. So does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? Right now. So we know who we are. And now we have our strong foundation. So the messaging is clear, right? So the next thing is our goals. So you want to write out your goals and what you need to achieve those goals. And after knowing those goals, you want to schedule out everything. Schedule out when you're sending emails. Schedule out when you're doing your content. Schedule out when you need to take your product photography. Schedule out when you're going to sit down and write your descriptions. Schedule out when you're going to reach out to influencers. Schedule out when you're going to do the follow-up with the influencer. Schedule out when you are going to, if you're going to gather your reviews. Schedule out those type of things and see, but put that on your calendar so that your calendar is full of the activity that needs to take place in order for you to have a successful launch. Love those ideas about responding with emojis. All great tips. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for answering all my questions. You're welcome. That's what we are here for. So I am about to wrap this up because I gave you a whole lot to work on and to think about. This weekend, you should be thinking about your pricing. You should also be thinking about your planning and your scheduling. So that's the 3 things that you need to be working on for this week. Well, this weekend, your pricing, your planning, and your scheduling. right? Does anybody have any questions in the chat about anything in particular? I'm here. I'm here. Does anybody have any questions? Is everybody good, or do you have any questions? Do you need, let me see. I'll put that on. Maybe I'll do a checklist. Y'all think, do you guys need a checklist for your launching to put in your calendar? Put a 1 in the chat if you need scheduling. 1 in the chat. Everybody's quiet right now. Do you guys have the information that you need? Do you have the information you need? Today is pricing, planning, and scheduling. Pricing, planning, and schedule. That's what you guys are working on for the week. Can you do it all for me? Pricing, scheduling, and planning. That is what we got going on this weekend. I know. And Kara, now that I got you online, you said the website is closed. I meant to tell you that. How are people going to buy something if the website is closed? We're going to come back and revisit this. We are going to come back and revisit. Okay, you guys, any questions? If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Yes, it says that it is closed. It said it's coming soon, that you are look. Gotta take, wait a minute. Gotta take baby to get shots. We'll watch replay to catch what I missed. Have a great day. Sounds like a plan, Janae. Have a great day. Have a great day, everybody. Okay, so next week when we come back, you guys should have a plan in play. You should have a schedule together. I will check in. I will see. Oh, wait. Do you guys need a checklist? Do you need a checklist? But the planning and the scheduling should be done this weekend. And so when we come back Monday, everybody should say that it's done. Everybody should put a 1 in the chat about being done. No questions. Just a thank you for the info. Wash hands, wash hands. Yes, yes, yes. We'll talk offline. Okay, sounds like a plan. Yes. Yes. I was like, what does that mean, Jasmine? Yard? Got you. Everybody's got it. Everybody's got it. You guys have a busy weekend with getting your info. You just need to sit down with yourself and be clear. Sit down and be clear, and I will get you a checklist, and I will put out a schedule so that you can, I want to make a big enough calendar so that you can put the information in there. And then you also want to make sure that you are putting it in your phone so that you make sure you stick to it. Need to give away some kids. Need to give away some kids. Anyone interested? Nope, mine are grown. Have a great day, cousin. Have a great day. Checklist would be great. Okay. All right. Got y'all. Got you. OMG, I think it's linking to the new store on Shopify instead of the GoDaddy store, which is still open. Oh. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it. DM me after this. All right. No questions, you guys. I'm going to work on this stuff and I will put it in the Honor Society for you guys. And that is it. Have an amazing weekend. If you are at any events this weekend, you're selling out. I mean, not if you are at events and selling out. If you are at an event, make sure you sell out. Make sure you are up, you value pricing and value closing. Right? Gotta change that domain over. Jasmine said you got to change your domain over. Thank you for this info. Have a great weekend, everyone. Yes, yes. And I'll take that checklist, please. And thank you. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys this weekend. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Make sure you apply everything. Please don't come back next week and say that you didn't do anything, because you make plans, and you make the things that you want a priority that needs to get done is important to you. So if this is important for you, if it's important for your business to grow, you'll get these things done. You'll make time. So that's all I gotta say, you guys. Everybody Jasmine says have a productive weekend. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Jazz. I'll hit you in the chat. All right, everybody. See y'all. Happy weekend. And